Well, it's certainly been a big month for hunting and collecting animals, but in Riders of Icarus, you also get to ride them.
Whoa, look at my unicorn!
Oh, that's sick. That's like a dark one.
He's got a dark past.
The door won't hold them for long.
You got this, Hex, you got this.
Okay, wish me luck.
Yeah!
Oh, it's happening. Oh, it's happening.
Oh, he's angry.
Oh, the cow is angry.
This is the power you sold yourself for.
Get him. Oh, so many crits. Oh, I'm taming one as well.
Your parole has been denied.
We're doing this together. We are the masters of the spotted cows.
Oh man, this is the best mount I've had so far.
Let's go kill some of his friends.
Riders of Icarus is a free-to-play MMORPG by WeMade Entertainment, a South Korean developer who've been making MMOs for about 16 years. They're mostly known for their Legend of Mir series. Hex, I'd never heard of this developer before, or Legend of Mir, but just for some context, a mobile port of Legend of Mir 2 in China alone earns 133 million Australian dollars a month.
Yeah, that's a lot. And so this means that it has an experienced team behind it. But is this an MMO that you should definitely carve out time in your life for?
Well, it does have a few things going for it. The story setup is that there's a war going on between gods of order and chaos. After being ambushed, you're locked up in a prison and rescued by bad voice actors in armor.
Where's the princess? I'm sorry. I failed. Rondo took her.
I have to admit though, Hex, I quite liked this voice acting.
Why, Varjo?
I don't know, it kind of made me feel like I was in an 80s He-Man cartoon.
Crow sends his regards. Hop on. I'll get you to the capital.
And the art is a bit 80s as well. For example, after you bust out of prison, you fly off into the sky to catch a ride with a giant stingray who crashes. Fabulous.
The art in this game is honestly like every desktop background I would have had on my PC when I was 13. It's fairy castles and unicorns and pastels. It's all very pretty. I think I like my fantasy with a little bit more grit in it personally.
Those boars chose a bad time to go crazy on us.
This game takes you into old school MMO territory straight up. You attack boars and put out fires for a while, and then go about fighting some adorable Ewok creatures until eventually you tame your first animal. And yes, it's a unicorn!
And taming and riding those animals is the major theme or hook to this game.
Once it's under your spell, it'll never stray. Wish I could say the same about my boyfriend.
The process of taming rideable mounts is super easy.
Shop. Yeah, nay.
Have you ever met my pet turtle?
See my.
That was so fun I could ride.
You want to see my? That's amazing.
And you can even tame more than one and turn them into pets who can fight with you.
Do you want to see my tiny horse?
Yeah.
Look, it's so tiny.
Amazing. I've got a tiny woodland Joey who fights with me.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
see, I kept mine big.
Look, we can all be on Joey's.
Although I found it a little bit odd that this is a game that really celebrates animals and magical creatures and you can ride them, but then half the quests have you killing adorable foxes and innocent deer.
Here we go, we gotta kill some reindeer, because this game asks you to just murder animals.
It's just everything is so pretty. I really resented feeling like Hex the unicorn rider and murderer of woodland creatures.
It's a circle of RPG life, Hex, and they respawn quickly, so whatever.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it is exciting having so many different creatures to tame, like wolves and weird kangaroo joey things.
We look amazing though. I like, the more I play this, the more I'm like, it's kind of fabulous, this game. in its own way.
It's certainly fabulous.
I was instantly jealous of those people I saw riding around on amazing dragons.
We look amazing.
Oh, but look at this dude's sick dragon. I want one of those so bad. Oh, I don't want this stupid unicorn. I want that.
I want that too. I don't have it. I just got unicorn and bloody Joey.
Somehow my spotted cow just didn't compare.
I'm gonna ride the cow.
And then at one point I turned one of my unicorns into a pet, which made him really, really tiny, and I sent him out to fight for me.
Go, Uni, go!
Please go for it. Soon I'm Good job.
Fighting a wolf.
Doing a
It's
good job.
unicorn versus wolf. Baby unicorn fights the
turtle
wolf.
die?
He's dead! No!
We will avenge you! We will avenge you!
My mini turtle didn't help very much. I found juggling all of these animals a bit annoying, to be honest. You have to get your pet out manually, set it to guard or attack mode every time, then switch back to mount, then have a mount run out of stamina, have to switch to another. I love the idea, but all of that needs to be streamlined because it was so tedious.
Yeah, there are a few interface issues I think they're still working out. And, you know, when your mount runs out of stamina, that encourages you to switch to another one and level that one up too.
I just don't see why they should run out of stamina for sprinting. And it's not even much faster than the normal trot. They just try to make it seem faster by adding this blurring and sound effect, and it's just horrible. Why would they do that?
Yeah, I 100% agree. That was awful. Eventually, you can use mounts in combat, even in the sky, but we haven't got that far into the game yet. But we did get a sense of how flying works, and it's pretty good. There's a reasonable amount of freedom, but you will hit the ceiling of the world pretty quickly, and there are even a few invisible walls. And this, once again, makes it feel like a very old, dated MMO, full of invisible boxes and just not very open.
Yeah, that first big city you come to looks so good in the distance, but when I got there, Hex, it was pretty empty.
Icarus Castle. No birds allowed though, I bet. Yeah. Birdist.
But the game does a brilliant job of training you in all of the professions. In fact, all of the direction in the game is pretty polished.
Even alchemy cannot make something out of nothing.
The way you move through the zones, following a little compass on the side, it all works and the progression makes sense.
This is like a training thing.
May the blessings of Allura be with you.
May the blessings of Allura be with you.
Yeah, it does pull you along well.
Yeah, I was never lost or overwhelmed by the mechanics or questing. I will say though, the telegraphing was pretty average. In MMOs like WildStar, you get these big telegraphing indicators on the ground and they're fantastic, but there was none of that here.
Yeah, it's true. You just get those little indicator bars above their heads, like old school WoW.
Yeah, and that would be okay, except that while the game didn't feel laggy, I still got hit by those big attacks and the few times I managed to avoid them, which might be due to lag, which is disappointing.
Interestingly, the challenge you experience in this game is going to be largely down to which class you choose. There are 5 classes, but if you're playing a Berserker or a Guardian, they're meant to be a little bit easier. But a Wizard or an Assassin takes more skill.
I'm not sure how I feel about this, Hex. You know, most MMOs, I feel like all of the classes are reasonably balanced in terms of difficulty and how you play them. But I was playing the Assassin here, and I think our experiences were quite different.
Yeah, I was playing the Guardian, which I think was classed as normal, but I had heaps of armor and health, and in the first 10 levels, I didn't die once. I had this cool chain ability, though, that I quite liked. Come here.
I'm gonna take out my little Joey to help. Oh, that's a cool ability. Flap, flap.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much easier with a friend. Hey, buddy. Whoop. And then a kick, and then I was kicking.
That's gonna be fun.
I died heaps, and you know, I've played hundreds and hundreds of hours of rogues before.
Yeah, rogues are your jam.
Yeah, right? And I never felt skillful as the assassin here. I also found that as soon as I was close to leveling up, I'd be hit with some really tough fight that I just couldn't do alone, and I'd have to wait for help or grind, which isn't fun. So there was a lot of downtime where I'd just sit there and heal. And then just hoping I didn't aggro more than one enemy during fights.
Yeah, it's not the best MMO combat out there by far. But I do like how you have 2 options for combat controls, traditional MMO or action combat. Action is similar to more modern MMOs and more about directional combat than tab targeting. But it still somehow feels dated, and you still have to tab target.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy the combat overall. It just wasn't that satisfying. Having said that, and there's a lot of things that I don't like in this game, after about 10 levels, I did start to gel with the gameplay loop.
Looking for yes, the answer must be in their homes.
Level up,
I'm worried about the princess.
play with a new skill, upgrade some gear, go to a new area, rinse and repeat. This is free to play, and I never really felt the need to spend money in this game, although I did run out of bank space pretty quickly.
I put so much gear in that stupid thing, and now I can't get it back.
But my main issue with Riders of Icarus is that it just feels like it belongs in 2009. I just think the whole thing is a bit of a dog's breakfast.
I think one of my biggest issues is just the gear. Oh, where do I start? I mean, look at these pants. Or are they shorts? I don't know. Ports? Shants?
You have my support, at least in secret.
I don't understand why you would want one leg cold and one leg warm.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Although someone has said they are the perfect pants for that person that needs to sleep with one leg out of the doona. In general, though, the female armor is pretty ridiculous.
Yes, the gear is all pretty out there in general, and I don't think I even want the top tier stuff. Look at this. I look like I'd be cosplaying as Elvis. Having said all that, the character creator is pretty detailed, and you just can't deny that everyone looks a little bit fabulous.
I was wondering as I was creating my character, Bajo, how you were going to go creating your traditional hideous character. I mean, the only options you really get in this game are 20 different kinds of beautiful.
Yeah, I did struggle, Hex, but I think I had a bit more luck with my initial creation. See if you can spot him in this scene.
Damon, we need to get word to the king.
Overall, I did get into the MMO zone a little bit, but then I just couldn't help but feel like I was wasting time in this and wished that I was playing Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, it is possible that all that sky combat might push this over the line for MMO fans. And apparently you end up fighting huge titans, and that does look quite fun. But there also wasn't much of a community vibe, and the servers did feel a bit quiet to us.
Well, if you're a fan of collecting and taming animals and looking fabulous, then this might be the game for you, and it is free to play. I'm giving it 2 stars.
It's just also dated, and I just did not enjoy it. I can't find a reason to recommend this to someone. Also, you can't invert the mouse, which for someone like me is completely maddening, so I'm giving it 1.5 out of 5 stars.
I just aggroed a cow.
Yeah. The move